What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 101, and we start today's episode off with a game against Norwich here in the FA Cup quarter-final replay. They take us to a replay here at Carrow Road after the original quarter-final tie finished as a 1-1 draw at Vicarage Road. So taking on Norwich here in the FA Cup quarter-final replay. Obviously, the last episode was episode number 100, and I would have uploaded that yesterday for you guys. Sorry, I'm doing this commentary on New Year's Day, so for me, obviously, it will be tomorrow, but you guys would have seen it yesterday. Don't know how it did, but it was 36 minutes long. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully it was a good episode for you, and you enjoyed the commentary topics we talked about as well. But still, in today's episode, guys, not going to be 36 minutes long, obviously, and I will be commentating over the gameplay this time. Taking on Norwich for the first of 3 games in today's episode. I think it's 3 games, and what a way to start this game as well. The FA Cup quarter-final replay. As you guys know, I can't stand replays. They congest the fixture list. I'd much rather just go to extra time and penalties, but in this replay, what a start. First chance coming to Watford. It came from a Norwich corner. We kicked the ball along with Djokovic. Eventually it came to Iñaki Williams, and what a lovely goal that was in the 38th minute. Stops the ball, dummies a shot, takes it around the Norwich man and curls it into the top corner. Beautiful goal by Williams, and it's Norwich 0, Watford 1. In the 48th minute here, just 2 minutes after the restart, or 3 minutes after the restart I should say, Damari Gray, who literally just came off the bench. How many times have I sung this guy's praises? He may not get in the team very often, but he is a really dangerous player, and what a lovely run and assist that was. I was so tempted to go all the way with Damari Gray there, because I thought he deserved a sort of a Thierry Henry-esque goal when running from inside his own half, but instead I thought Loftus-Cheek is in support. This Watford team is just that. It's a team. It's not a group of individual players. We play as a team, as a unit. I'll give him the assist, give it to Ruben Loftus-Cheek in a better position. He plays it through to RLC, and he makes it Norwich 0, Watford 2. So going to the replay, making the change to the team, but we've got to a fantastic start in the second half. Already 2 goals up, but directly from kickoff, Norwich would get themselves back in the game for an absolute thunderbolt here from their number 9 from range. And it's so annoying when you can see straight from kickoff, but for this goal, I just felt fair play. What a fantastic goal. I will say this though, Michael Keane twice could have intercepted the ball here, got shrugged off, and also I think Djokovic, the Canadian goalkeeper, possibly could have done a little bit better with that one. The shot wasn't right in the corner. I think he might have at least, should have at least, in my opinion, got a glove on the ball, but he didn't, and sadly for us, it is a goal for Norwich to get them back in the game. So Norwich 1, Watford 2. This is a really interesting game though, because there weren't too many chances in the game, but there was already 3 goals being scored just past 50 minutes in this game. It was a really uneventful game for the most part though, but in the 70th minute here, as you're seeing us work the ball around, if you watched my last episode of Career Mode, you would have heard me talking about how this year the emphasis was on play beautiful. Team goals we all felt would be a lot easier this year, and passing the ball around would be a lot easier. But you heard me talk about it in the last episode, and I said that this year I haven't really scored too many team goals, and I haven't really felt at ease when moving the ball around. But here, as you can see, in our own half, it's the 72nd minute here. The build-up's been going on for the past few in-game minutes. We're just passing the ball around. 16 passes have been played, now 17, as Isgrove finds Tommy Hoban through to Luke Shaw. We then eventually go on the attack here as Shaw finds Damari Gray off the bench, takes it round his man, plays it inside to Loftus-Cheek, gives it to Iñaki Williams, and after 21 passes, Williams slots the ball into the bottom corner for a very nice team goal. And that was just so nice because most of the build-up was in our own half, and I know it's not like the best team goal ever, with incisive passing that splits a defence really with tiki-taka play, but it's a nice team goal, and it's really fitting the team was celebrated Williams as well. Every single player in the Watford team, other than Bertrand Traore, had at least 1 pass in this 21 pass build-up. I thought this was such a nice goal. Really good teamwork there. And what I liked about it as well is that Norwich were sort of sitting in, despite being a goal down in this game. They were sitting in and not sort of playing a press and coming at us. So for that goal, what I had to do was basically open them up and force them to come out by retaining possession, frustrating them and making them come at us. That's exactly what happened there. That's exactly what we did. We forced Norwich to come out of position, and we worked the ball around them really nicely. So to some of you guys, you may have thought, it's just a standard goal, really, just passing the ball around, then working your way forward and then finishing the ball into the bottom corner. But for me, I thought that was really nice because of the way we opened up Norwich there, forced them out of position, and of course some accurate passing, and for once I scored a pretty nice team goal. But still, Norwich 1, Watford 3, and in stoppage time here we almost got another nice team goal here. Loftus-Cheek through towards Bertrand Traore. Didn't get involved in the third goal we scored, so almost got the assist for this one. Picking out Ruben Loftus-Cheek, had a fantastic game for us here, but John Reddy made a really good save and turned it behind for a corner. But it was how the game would finish at Carrow Road. Final score, Norwich 1, Watford 3. And I thought all 4 goals in this game were really, really nice. To be honest, the first goal by Williams was lovely. Our second goal was a great assist by Gray. Norwich's goal from their number 9 was a fantastic strike from range. And the third goal, of course, we scored, and the fourth of the game was an absolutely fantastic team goal. So I thought all 4 goals in that game were really, really nice to see. And it's really funny. And it's so funny it happened the game after episode 100, where you heard me talk about all the flaws that this game has. And I don't like this game. And you heard my accent, my mock of my own accent. I don't like this game. I don't like how it plays, so on and so forth. And then in the very next game, in the very next episode, we score a couple of really nice goals, 3 if you want to include the Damari Gray assist, which again I thought was really nice, plus a beautiful team goal featuring 21 passes. Just typical, really, isn't it? Completely makes me look like an idiot. But still, coming to the second game of today's episode here, we will take on West Bromwich Albion. So Tony Pulis' side away at the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion, of course, will always have a soft spot for West Bromwich Albion on this channel. After my last career mode in FIFA 15, what we did with West Brom was fantastic. Taking on West Bromwich Albion here for the second game of today's episode here, back in the Premier League. But unfortunately in this game, it was really, really poor. Like the Norwich game, not much was really happening in the first half, to be honest, and it was goalless at the break. We'd had 70% possession though, and as you can see, after the team goal I scored in the last game, well, it was pretty obvious what I was trying to do in this one, was just retain possession for the most part and try and score some nice team goals. Didn't really score a nice team goal here 11 minutes after the restart, but it was a goal nonetheless for Mario Balotelli. Now, I said this season he hasn't played as well as last year, and that is true, but he's still been scoring the goals, and he scores the goal here to open the game as well, open the scoring I should say here, 11 minutes after the restart. Alaba with the assist, our new record signing for this season at £45 million, picks out Super Mario, and it's his 14th in the Premier League. So last season I do believe he ended up with, 20 goals I think it was, so he may not hit this target this season. He may still well do, he may still hit that target come the end of the season, but anyway, 14 goals isn't too bad in the Premier League. He's still been doing quite well, and as things stand, I'm pretty sure as well he's still the Premier League's top scorer too, so how about that? But still, 1-0 to Watford, Balotelli with the goal. Laporta then had his header well saved by Ben Foster, and 13.5 minutes before the end, unfortunately for us, West Bromwich Albion would equalise through the former Stoke man, Marko Arnautovic. And just like in the game against Norwich, I felt Djokovic should have saved the opposition player's shot, which was the number 9, and for this goal, I'll take the blame for giving the ball away with Barkley, but for Jack Butland's ability, Butland's a fantastic goalkeeper in this game. I said before, one of the best goalkeepers I've ever used in FIFA, to be honest. That's why I keep him in the team, despite being 80 overall, and could be looking for a better goalkeeper. I prefer using Butland, but for this goal, Arnautovic strikes it. It's not a bad strike or anything, but I think Butland really should have saved that one, to be honest. But still, final score, West Bromwich Albion 1, Watford 1 away at the Hawthorns. Disappointed to drop points, obviously. I mean, West Brom are having a good season in the Premier League in the game. 7th place right now under Tony Pulis, but, for me, when we're top of the table, I want to be winning those games, really, and not just drawing them. But still, for the third and final game of today's episode here, we go into our Champions League quarter-final first leg game against Paris Saint-Germain away from home at the Parc des Princes. I thought it was kind of fitting as well, because last year, of course, if you watch my main career mode, we managed West Bromwich Albion and then moved on to PSG. So I thought it's kind of fitting in this episode, we go from West Bromwich Albion to PSG for the games played. But still, taking on PSG here for the third and final game of today's episode in the Champions League quarter-final first leg away in France. And coming to the game, hang on a minute, just rewind that footage right there. Just rewind that footage, there we go. What's Nathaniel Klein doing pre-game here? Whose hand is he shaking here? I mean, this is, I love Klein and everything, I really do, but going into a big game in the Champions League quarter-final first leg, I don't want to see him having some kind of meltdown and shaking the hand of a ghost. So that was kind of weird coming into the game. Thought I'd include that, found that kind of funny. But still, taking on PSG here for the third and final game of today's episode away at the Parc des Princes. Klein, despite shaking the hand of no one pre-game, almost opened to scoring. This header from Ryan Taller's cross was cleared off the line though, but as PSG failed to deal the clearance, it came back to the corner kick taker Marco Ryan Taller, who cut in from the right-hand side and finessed the ball into the bottom corner to open the scoring and make it PSG 0, Watford 1. Have been slightly critical of Marco the Magician this season. He's not been playing as well as I was hoping for a now 86 rated left winger, but he's still been a really good player for us as always, and as his second goal in the Champions League this season. So PSG 0, Watford 1, Marco opening the scoring. That's what we want to see. And 6 minutes after the restart here, a good chance to make it 2-0. Klein cuts inside and finds Lloyd Isgrove off the bench here. Isgrove comes through, takes it around his man and goes for goal. goal. It's a good save by the Belgian goalkeeper Courtois, and eventually Kurzawa gets it away. So still Paris Saint-Germain 0, Watford 1. But in this game, really, we were playing far better than PSG, who weren't looking very good at all. And just past Yarmak here with a good chance to make it 2-0. Loftus-Cheek plays through Lloyd Isgrove for the assist, and Isgrove with the goal as he came off the bench at half-time, makes it Paris Saint-Germain 0, Watford 2. So Loftus-Cheek with the assist, Isgrove with the finish, and Lloyd Isgrove, a bit of an underrated squad player in this Watford team. He rarely complains that he doesn't get on the pitch very often, despite now being an 83 rated right midfielder. He's one of those players that I really like to have in the squad, you know. One of those squad players who doesn't complain too much. Whenever you put him on the pitch, he always performs as well. Really good finish there by Isgrove, and he does make it PSG 0, Watford 2. In the 79th minute, a rare chance for PSG. Coutinho, who rejected us in the January transfer window. Well, PSG rejected a bid for Coutinho in the January transfer window. Almost scored against us there, but a good save by Butland turned it behind for a corner. But it was how the game would finish. Final score, PSG 0, Watford 2. 1 for Marco, 1 for Isgrove off the bench, and a 2-0 scoreline. 2 away goals. Going into the second leg at home at Vicarage Road, we are in the driver's seat and should be firm favourites to be going through to the Champions League semi-finals as we try and retain our Champions League trophy. But that does end the episode though, guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. I would have said in episode 100, without you guys, this series is not possible. So once again, thank you so much for your incredible support. You guys fantastic. I love the support you've been showing me on this series so far, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode as well. So thank you for watching the video. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy episode number 101, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.